Bulavinaka and greetings from Suva, Fiji Islands. The University of the South Pacific is a regional university with 12 member countries. So our research project team consists of staff and postgraduate students of the university. The Transforming Universities for a Changing Climate, or ClimateU, Team Fiji Participatory Action Research Groups, or PARGs, funded by the UK Research and Innovation, consist of staff and students of 3 universities in Fiji. The University of the South Pacific, which is leading the ClimateU works in collaboration with the Fiji National University and the University of Fiji. Our PARG will be carried out in Vatutavui village, an Indigenous Fijian village in Tavua, located in the western part of Viti Levu, Fiji. This village is surrounded with rocky hills, so their main land use activities are mining, commercial sugarcane cultivation, pine plantations on the upper ridges, and animal husbandry. Now, their water catchment is their main source of water, but it usually dries up during the dry season. So one of the main purposes of this project is to restore their water source by using their traditional ecological knowledge as an intervention. So today our team will talanoa on the processes as well as who will be involved in this project.
The main activity in this PRG is the restoration of the watershed. We will be replanting the buffer zones or the riparian vegetation of these watersheds with native fruiting trees, native trees in these communities. Also, vetiver grass is a good stabilizer. This is to protect, further restore the watershed from drying, also erosion, and also support the food security and the livelihood of these communities.
In addition to that is the use of these trees as part of mitigating impacts of climate change. And Fiji is currently one of the countries that is leading the campaign in planting trees. If I'm correct, and I can be correct if I'm wrong, we are planning to have 4 million trees planted by end of 2025. 30 million, yes, 30 million trees. And I think in addition to what Apollosa had mentioned, I think monitoring and evaluation is an important component of the project. So this way the community will take ownership and also the sustainability of the project when it ends. That brings me to another point in those who will be involved and what will they be doing in this project. PRG is in this project involves a lot of the whole involves everyone, so provincial administration, provincial council, and also chiefs. These are the main entry points into any community, and I'm sure Apollosa knows most of these steps in going into the village. I mean, in entering into the village.
Yes, Felipe. Now, Apollosa being our community liaison and as well as a practitioner, he's mentioned about talanoa and consultation with our knowledge holders, which is very important because they know best about their vanua, and they would have used some of those knowledge in the past, and it may have worked, and we are there to learn from them as well as help them utilize this knowledge so that it best intervenes or addresses their water shortage issue. Without their approval, we cannot go into the communities to engage with them and continue with our project.
I agree with the provincial council as the key institution to be notified or consulted with all these initiatives in these communities. We also have the district council and district committees that we might engage them in this PRG. Using the inclusive approaches, we will involve the children, the women as the drivers in the communities, also the people living with disabilities to be part of this PRG project. Documentation of all this process and the knowledge, the information shared, the stories will be also important. Documentation to pass or to share these lessons learned and the stories to the future generation, and maybe to other communities that might want to carry out similar activities.
In using the participatory approach in involving everyone in the community, we also have bidirectional learning where we learn from each other, as well as we will be involving student specialists. These are students who doing postgraduate programs and specialize in plants, food preservation, water, as well as the media. Now, including the members of the community in the consultation as well as the implementation of the project allows us to not only learn from each other, but ensure that the community members take ownership of the project and sustain it when we leave, as well as replicate it to address future climate issues. Vatutavui.